everybody? This is your girl Cece with WIB Magazine. And my co-host is out today because he's not feeling well, but we have a special guest on the line with us. We have Jassi on the line. Hey, Jassi, how are you?
Hey, guys. What's up? I'm Jassi the Beauty. How y'all doing out there?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Can you tell everybody who you are and where you're from?
So I am Jassi the Beauty, also known as Jassi the Goat, also known as That Girl. I'm originally born and raised in Southern California, but I moved to Oklahoma when I was younger. So I was really in Oklahoma my entire life. Went to college out there, graduated from the Langston University, where I was also Miss Langston University. And yeah, I'm just the Oklahoma girl, now living in the DC area.
Awesome. And that's where I'm from. I'm from DC.
Okay, you know what? I just moved up here about 3 years ago from San Francisco.
And how do you like it so far?
Honestly, I was in Northern Virginia for the longest, and now that I'm in the National Harbor, like Oxon Hill area, I'm in love. Like, I love it. I love the DMV for sure. Absolutely love the DMV.
Okay. Well, how did you start your business? Let's talk about your extension business that you have.
Well, my grandmother, who's a self-made millionaire, painted the name Jassi Rideaux on our family home when I was way young. And I never knew what Jassi Rideaux meant until my grandmother told me. I said, you know, Mama, you have this awesome mailbox with Jassi Rideaux on it. What does that mean? And she explained to me that, you know, our last name is French, and Chateau is French for house or home. And this is the Jassi Rideaux home. And so it was a beautiful mailbox. She had it custom done. And so my entire life, Jassi Rideaux was in my mind that that's our home. You know, that's our family home is Jassi Rideaux. So the journey of starting my business started in Asia, then moved on to India. And now it's here flourishing on JassiRideaux.com. So that's kind of the journey of it. My grandmother, like I said, is a self-made millionaire. She started off doing hair. She had one of the salons, you know, back in the day where her dad built a salon on the back end of her home. And then she eventually was the first African-American woman in the city of Muskogee, Oklahoma to have a professional business running a salon out of it, you know, way back in the day. And then she bought her first house, flipped it, and continued buying homes and flipping the homes. And so Jassi Rideaux is deeply rooted in me, and it has such a greater meaning than just, you know, House of Rideaux. It has a huge history behind it. If you have ever been on my website, JassiRideaux.com, you can click on the history tab, and I have a full page, you know, of history that I wrote myself that goes deeper into my brand.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And it's been doing really well. You spoke about how I like the DMV. One thing that I really like about the DMV is that I've been getting an incredible amount of support out here. One thing that I do in the DMV is that if they order from me and I have the inventory that they're looking for on hand, I personally deliver it. So a lot of the DC girls have really just been encouraging me and supporting my brand, and they've just been amazing. You know, the thing about the DMV women out here is that when they see something that's good product and it's Black owned, they're all about the support. And so I'm really grateful to be out here with such flourishing women.
Okay. Well, how do you pick out like the best products or the best quality? How do you go about picking those kind of things out?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, I actually went to my manufacturer's city. So I traveled alone all by myself to not only meet with different manufacturers, but to get test hair. And I tested hair for over 2 to 3 years. I gave my friends hair. I tested hair. I did an extensive amount of research along with going to the country's origin of the hair that I would be selling to test that quality. And I'm one of those girls who've actually been a brand ambassador for several different large companies, and I know good quality. I've been working with hair extensions since forever. I've been brand ambassadors for large companies, and so I already knew what I wanted and what kind of quality hair that I was looking for coming into the business. I also have my cosmetology license, and so all of these things that have shaped me in the beauty world have played a huge role in what my brand stands for. And the number one thing we stand for is a raw hair bundle above the rest, and it's quality. Especially with my Rideaux collection, I offer 100% guarantee or your money back. So that's how I kind of ensure of the quality.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So I
I
also
couldn't come. I had to come correct,
model.
you guys. I had to come correct because we don't play about our hair. I had to come. I had to come correct. I already knew what time it was. It took me so long to launch because I was like, it got to be right. It's got to be right.
And yours look fantastic. It looks
Thank you. Thank you. This is one of my Rideaux collection wigs. So I love it. It's super easy, super fun, and just easy to do. You know, I'm on the go, so I need something quick where I don't always have to sit down with the stylist for a few hours, you know.
I love it.
Yes.
So let's talk about modeling. You model too, right?
Yeah, I do some modeling. I like to call it brand ambassadoring because, you know, I have a huge respect for those models that are on the runway and that are on these, you know, big billboards and catalogs and things like that. They've worked really hard, and I just admire them, and I've always wanted to do runway, but I've always been petite. So I like to think of myself as more of a brand ambassador for several different companies. And some people might call it a model, which is very flattering. So yeah, I guess so.
Well, you look good enough. I mean, you look really good to be on. So, and they are models also.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Okay, so what has been one of your biggest accomplishments you have so far?
One of my biggest accomplishments so far, honestly, you know, launching Chateau Rideaux has been an incredible accomplishment for me. And I definitely have to say that that's one of my biggest accomplishments. You know, oftentimes people look at different Instagram boutiques and different people that are selling things, and it looks easy, you know, it really does. But when you get on the back end of it and you have a professional website and you're doing extensive research for 2 to 3 years, and you're going to these countries of, you know, the origins of where you want to sell and what you're wanting to sell, and you just do the incredible amount of research, you know, you get a lot of no's and you spend a lot of your savings and money on this product to actually launch it and have people that you don't know, that you've never ran across, trust you to put in their card information and purchase something for you. To me, that's my biggest accomplishment. To create a brand that people trust has definitely been my biggest accomplishment thus far.
Okay. Well, what about what's your biggest challenge then that you had?
Just in general, or with the company, you mean?
With in general, let's go with in general.
My biggest challenge has just been to really put forth the energy in so many things that I'm interested in. I often find myself being interested in a lot of things. So one challenge has been to kind of just decompress and focus on one thing that I've wanted to accomplish. And that has been challenging because you want to be, you know, I want to be a woman who has many hats, and I am a woman who has many hats. So to just sit down and focus on one thing has been one of my biggest challenges. I have 2 other companies where I do sort of like Airbnbs in 2 other states, one in San Francisco, one in Virginia as well. And when I launched Chateau Rideaux and understood the back end of what all I would need to do to launch a business, I had to let that go. You know, I'm in the process of letting the other stuff go because it's challenging trying to, you know, juggle so many things, and you have to be dedicated and you have to commit to something, you know, and when you want to give it your all, you have to make difficult decisions, and those things can be very challenging. So that's one of my biggest challenges.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to know you just a little bit. I got 2 little personal questions, but not too personal.
Okay.
Give me one fun fact about yourself.
One fun fact about myself. A fun fact. Let me think here. You know, I'm one of those girls, I really kind of keep it real chill, like on Instagram. I don't do a lot of like craziness and stuff like that. But in person and in real life, Like, I'm a real fun girl. Like, I'm the crazy one that's like, yes, let's turn up, let's twerk it out. Like, you know, I get real crazy, you know, in person. I keep it real cute online, but I'm a real fun girl, and I keep it real crazy amongst my friends and stuff like that. So that's a fun fact about me, that even though, you know, you see me on social media, I'm like 10 times funner than you even see on social media. It's just that I look at that as a privilege. And so everyone doesn't get to see such a fun side of me, but I'm a real fun girl.
Okay, now. So I'm gonna have to come up there and party with you.
Yes, girl, you will have a good time.
So out of all the places you've been, because you travel a lot, what has been one of your favorite places that you've seen?
Oh, girl, my favorite place has to be Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos was more than a vibe. Like, just to see so many people, men and women out there flourishing in Africa, to be in that country and just to see how innovative the people are, you know, to see the hard workers, and just, you know, people out there just so friendly. They love that, you know, you have the same kind of skin as they have, and they just are just friendly and welcoming. Just not only the people, but even the food, the places, the lounges, and the places that I was going. You know, I thought it was going to be given, you know, third world. I didn't know what to expect, you know. And Lagos was given what needed to be given, honey. I was shook. I was like, oh, baby. I was like, I'll be back in good old Lagos very soon.
I have to visit there. The way you talk about it, like, it's really, really nice. It's really fun to be
Lagos is so nice, so fun, so incredibly beautiful. Like any other country, you know, there's going to be some poverty and things like that, which, and in Lagos, you might have more poverty than in other countries, especially countries that, you know, are governmented like the U.S. is. But to hear certain stories and to go and see yourself is so eye-opening. Now, Lagos wasn't my first trip to Africa, but it was the first time that I actually went to Africa as an adult, where I could just maneuver how I wanted to move. And it was definitely a vibe. Like, you would not be sorry if you go to Lagos.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go back to work. Okay. So how do you deal with COVID as a flight attendant?
Oh my gosh, honestly, you know, we have an opportunity, which I was very grateful for, to take what we call a personal leave or a special COLA. And I took off for, let's see, March, April, May. Ooh, child, I need to go back to work. I took off of work for about 4 months. When COVID kind of first broke out. My last trip was to Munich, Germany. And after that trip, I was just kind of like, COVID was increasing. My family was like, hey, Jazz, we're checking on you. Are you okay? And I just thought it was best for me to take off of work for a few months and just focus on my ChateauRideaux.com business. And so the way I was dealing with it was just to take a break from the airline and take care of myself, focus on some of my fitness goals, focus on Chateau Rideaux. And I'm so grateful for my job, because it is such a flexible job where I have the opportunity to do such thing. So that's kind of how I'm dealing with it. In my personal life, I'm just, you know, wearing a mask. I'm really hoping that COVID dies down soon, because I got stuff to do, girl. I got some moves to be made. So I need COVID. I need y'all to wear your mask. Okay.
Oh, yes, I wear mine all the time.
I need everyone to wear their mask and to, you know, let's get this COVID thing down, because there's moves to be made, and COVID is kind of holding up some things, you know.
I agree. I mean,
right?
sitting in the house, it's been, woo. But have you picked up any new hobbies during quarantining?
You know, one hobby that I kind of picked up is working out a lot outside. I'm not really an outside run kind of girl. I like to be in the gym in the air condition. I don't like to do a whole lot of sweating, because I'm always concerned about my hair. So, but with COVID, you know, you had no choice. It was either you're going to be at home and not working out, or you're going to figure out a way. So one thing that I picked up is I run outside now. I've kind of started to enjoy it. It's getting a little hot now, so it's not as enjoyable as it was, you know, back in March and February. But one hobby that I picked up is just doing some outside running and outside exercising without the equipment. You know, I pay so much a month for these gym memberships, And when COVID happened, it taught you to be innovative and figure it out. Like, and I did. I just was able to figure it out. I was like, you know what? I got me some slides, you know, the furniture slides so that you can do at home. And then I just started busting out some spots in the grass, do my runs. So that's one of the hobbies that COVID helped me get together. It's like, no excuse. You don't have a gym, no excuse.
Exactly. I need to be doing some more fitness myself. But what are three things you can, let's say, what is some advice you could give to others that want to be fit?
Three tips that I could give to people on wanting to like stay healthy and just be fit is, one, don't overeat. That's my number one thing, like, that I had to learn. And I learned all of this, not because I'm a medical professional or a nutritionist, but I've hired those kind of people in my life and I've learned from them. So when I speak, I'm speaking from professionals' experience, even though I'm not the professional. I've done fitness shows, bikini fitness competitions and things like that. And the things that I've learned that have worked for me is to, one, not to overeat. Once you feel full, just stop eating. You can always come back to it. And then two, to trust the process. Sometimes we're so incredibly hard on ourselves and we work out for a week and then we want to be 10 pounds or 20 pounds lighter. But if you trust the process and you stay consistent, you'll start to see the transformation in your body. The last thing I would have to say is that for staying healthy, you have to understand that it truly is 80% diet. You can work out all day long. You can be killing it. You can be going ham. Your muscles can be sore. You can be doing all of these extensive, crazy exercises. But if you're going home and you're eating fried foods, then all of your hard work is not going to, shine. So 80% diet, eat clean, eat as clean as you can. And by clean, you have to research what real clean eating is. When I first started on my fitness journey, I used to think, let me go to Walmart and get a little healthy choice, frozen little dinner, because this says 80 calories. Like, this is healthy,
right.
And I had to really hire a professional to understand that, baby, just because it says it's 80 calories or whatever does not mean it's healthy for you. So you got to understand your diet, understand that it's 80% diet, 80% healthy diet, truly healthy diet, and 20% gym. Once you master those three of not overeating, the 80% diet, 20% gym, and then what was the other one that I said in between? To trust the process, it'll all flow together.
So I basically want to not lose weight, but tone up. So what would be good for me?
Honestly, I get that question a lot because I think that nowadays people are not really trying to lose a whole lot of weight. They just want to keep it toned. But one thing that you'll notice on the fitness journey is that you still have to clean up the diet. You still have to clean up the diet. What I would recommend for more toning, though, is that not to focus on a lot of cardio, but to focus on weightlifting. Just as much weightlifting instead of cardio. If your goal is to tone, I would pair clean eating with weightlifting.
Okay. Okay, so we talked about the fitness. I want to go back to the beauty. What would be three advice or three tips, like you said, that you can give on beauty and hair products and extensions and stuff?
Okay, so you guys know I do have my cosmetology license. I did go to cosmetology school where my instructor, was down my throat at the makeup competitions, at the hair competition. She's like, Jazz, this, needs to look like this. And so again, it's not like I know everything, but people have taught me, and I love to teach other people, because if people weren't, helping me, I wouldn't know anything that I know to this day, So one of my best beauty tips is to make sure things are blended and not to overdo it. Like, sometimes less is really more. But more than anything, you have to make sure that your makeup is blended. It has to look seamless. You don't want to see eyes and your mouth. You want it to all just come together. You want to see the full face. You don't want your under eye to be highlighted so much that all you see is eyes, and now your forehead is opaque and your chin looks crazy. You have to figure out a balance within your makeup to make it all just blend together.
Okay.
And you can find a lot of different tips that go more in depth, you know, on YouTube and Instagram even. That's kind of where I learned a lot of my tips. And especially when I get my makeup done professionally, I'm like, okay, what you doing? What is that? What you using? Okay, I like the way this look. You know what I'm saying? Like when they do my makeup, I'm like asking questions. And oftentimes when people try to get makeup tips, one of the best tips I have is get your makeup done professionally and get a one-on-one with the makeup artist that you like. You know, I've been to a lot of different makeup artists, but there's about 2 makeup artists that I have on my team where they do my makeup perfectly. It's exactly how I want to look. It's not overdone. It's not too much makeup. I don't look dead, you know, and those things are important. Find someone where when they do your makeup, you're like, perfect. And then you get those tips from them.
Okay, so we usually do a trivia. Well, I'm still going to do a trivia. And I'm going to try to pick a question I think that Mickey Monday would ask, because he usually asks the hard questions. But I'm just going to
okay. No problem.
He usually do be the one. But for mine, I'm going to say.
He's holding it down for you.
Right. So for my trivia question, I'm going to ask. Okay, I'm going to do 3 today. So my first trivia question is, if you could teach people of different culture, one of these, which one would you teach that you're good at? Hair and beauty, fitness, or travel?
I can only choose one?
Yes, only one. And you're teaching it to different culture.
Okay, if I was teaching it to a different culture, I would have to say 100% would have to say fitness. I would have to say fitness because different culture has different looks when it comes to makeup, beauty, and hair. And then with traveling, oftentimes what I've noticed through my travels is that a lot of people that are a part of different cultures, they kind of got this travel thing kind of down. They could teach me a thing or two, actually, you know, about the train systems and, you know, all of this other stuff. So my role with someone from a different culture would have to be fitness. Definitely would have to be fitness, because I feel like a lot of times, not every state in America, but us Americans, we are pretty, you know, we're pretty into the fitness. Like we take that fitness stuff pretty seriously. You know, one minute we're all gluten free, the next minute, you know, we just. So I would stay in fitness if it was another culture. I would stay in my lane of fitness.
Okay. I know I got 2 more for you. Okay, so if you could get rid of one of these in the world, which one would it be? Racism, violence, or drugs?
If I could get rid of one thing, would it be racism, violence,
or drugs?
Or drugs. Racism, violence, or drugs. You know what? It would definitely have to be violence for sure, because, you know, people can be racist all day long, but it really starts to hurt whenever it becomes violent. And when it becomes, you know, we're doing a peaceful protest, but we have people over here who want to be violent and fight and shoot and things like that. And violence, you know, takes loved ones away from you. So I would 100% would say violence would have to be eliminated if I had the choice.
Okay, so for the last one, usually Mickey Monday I ask, you know, when we interview or something like this. So this is going to be his question for today.
Okay, Mickey Monday.
So if you could be any animal, what animal would you be and why?
A lion off the top, 100%. 100% would be the queen of the jungle, baby. I am a Leo to the core. My birthday, I just celebrated August 1st. And if I had to be an animal, I would 100% be a lion. You know, the lion, especially a female lion, every time I see a female lion in the jungle, it's like the male lion is all over her and she's just like, go on, get away. And the way that they strut, the way they just are so prestigious to me. And then it just fits because I'm a Leo, so I can't choose another animal, you know. I would have to say a lion, 100%.
welcome. And happy belated birthday. What did you do?
Thank you, girl. We took the private jet to Miami.
Awesome.
We turned up. It was crazy. We had a really great time. Me and the girls we went crazy. And you know, because of COVID, we weren't able to go anywhere public, but we got an Airbnb and, you know, I had the chef pull up and it was just a vibe. We had a really good time.
Wow. I might need to do that for my birthday. I still haven't planned anything, but my birthday's next month. And usually I go out of the country somewhere, but I don't know what to do. But that's
I know COVID is just messing everything up. I mean, it was just wild. Like, and then I saw on one of the blogs that they had posted that Miami had all these people on the beach. And I like commented, I'm like, they did not have any of those people. The beach was so incredibly dry. I'm like,
really?
The beach was so dry. Like, it was hardly anyone on the beach. Like, it was not packed. It was very chill. The beach closed every day at like 8 or something. Like, it was real chill. It was not crazy. Like, COVID is really stopping a lot of stuff, which, you know, I wasn't really expecting anything crazy because I know it's the middle of COVID. That's why we did the Airbnb thing. And so, you know, it was still a vibe. You know, what COVID has kind of taught me throughout this process is that you really have to be thankful for the people that are around you. And I kind of like not having to entertain, you know, so many people in these restaurants and stuff. It's given me appreciation for things that you can do with your friends inside of the comfort of your own home.
Okay. So I have one more question before we get out.
Okay.
Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years?
Where I see myself in the next couple of years is on your TV screens for sure. Okay. And running a successful hair extensions company, expanding out to some different clothing accessories and things like that, and doing different business seminars where I bring together women who share the same goals and just kind of let them know my backstory, where I come from and how I believed in myself and why I am where I am, you know, in 2 years, and just helping other people, you know, get on, you know, when they believe. I just love to kind of motivate people, and I love to be around high energy people who not only have these goals and visions, but are ready to put them into action and get to the next level.
Okay, well, you're on your way, and congratulations on everything you have going on.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity to interview with you all. I'm so grateful that you guys reached out to a little person like me. But hopefully, you know, in 2 years, when, you know, all of my manifestations comes to pass, you guys will be like, you know what, let's run this interview back.
That's right. Well, I mean, I think you're doing an awesome job.
Thank you so much. That really means a lot. I really appreciate it.
But before we go, tell everybody where they can follow you at.
Guys, y'all can follow me on Twitter at Jassi the Beauty. Every social media handle that I have, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it's all across the board, Jassi the Beauty. That's JASSITHE Beauty, Jassi the Beauty. Super easy, super simple. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at that tag, Jassi the Beauty.
Okay. Well, thanks, Jassi. I appreciate you. Thanks for interviewing with us today.
Mickey Monday, we missed you, baby, but maybe next time.
Thank you, because he's really dope, a dope co-host. But you know, I know he missed this one, but we'll be able to interview you later, and then you know you're going to be in our magazine.
Yes, absolutely. Where can we find your magazine, and where can I pick up a copy?
Oh, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you once it's done. I send it to you, and I also get a copy, so you get a free copy too, because you're in the magazine.
Hey, okay, perfect. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity. I'm so very grateful for all of my supporters out there, and anyone just who is just vibing with me, even right now with the interview. Like, just hit me up. I'm super cool. Like, if you have any questions about my hair company or about me personally, just hit me up. My hair company's page is Jassi Rideaux on Instagram, and then we can put in a situation on how you can spell that name. But it's Chateau, CHATEAU, Rideaux, RIDEAUX. And that's our Instagram page. And you can also find that same name.com.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, I say congratulations. Keep pushing, keep grinding. I love what you're doing. Thanks for interviewing with us. And
absolutely.
Have a blessed Tuesday.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so much, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.
All right.
Hey, bye.
Boy, what you know? Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know? home.